Hey everyone, this is Life Weekly, my life in weekly bits, and I'm your host, Esther Amos. I make a story and carve a lesson out of basically everything. In this episode, I gave a breakdown of how my week went as usual. I put you guys on some good music to elevate your music taste, and I spoke about the line between mentorship and copycatship. Enjoy! Life Weekly with
I feel
Esther
like such a
Amos.
big babe right now. I am on Spotify.
It's
It
very
was funny
a
and sad
state
at the
of
same time.
flow that I haven't been in years. The last time I experienced that kind of flow was in
Nothing else
2023.
mattered to me at that point. Let's get into this episode.
Hello everyone, welcome to a new week. Happy new month too, and welcome to Q4. We are officially in the last quarter of this year. I hope you've written down your goals and you're taking little steps to achieve them this month. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. And this week, I realized I didn't document a lot of things that happened. Like my days were just going by so fast. Since I'm preparing for school, I've been up and doing a lot of things. And so when I was checking my journal, I realized that this is not how I used to do my life weekly before. I used to document highs for the week, lows, and other sections. There used to be a section for photos, but since it's now a podcast, I can't insert any photo for now. Follow my Instagram, see my photos. So my highs for this week, we entered a new month. Yes, Nigeria had our independence. We're officially in Q4. And I'm excited because this is the quarter. I don't know whether I'm deceiving myself. Deceiving myself or not. Because I was like, okay, when it's Q4, I'm going to invest in some engineering knowledge and see if my love for it grows or not. And so far, I have not invested in any engineering knowledge. In fact, I even uploaded 2 videos on YouTube. And the second one took me, how long did it take me to edit? I think 2 days because I had to source for videos from my drive and everything to add. But hopefully by next week, I'll invest in some engineering knowledge. Also, I finally packed a box. Yes, so I won't be rushing. I don't remember why I didn't document so much. I was trying to pack this box, and on Sunday, that was last week, I was pressing my clothes. I don't even know who sent me clothes that will still get rough inside the box, and I'll still iron it later in school. But anyway, I ironed them and just packed it. I don't know how I managed to squeeze the things inside the box, but I did it after watching some tutorials on Pinterest. So for this week close, somebody promised me money. They've not sent it to me. And I've just been thinking about this day. Like, how do people promise things and forget? I guess that we are humans and we are occupied with other things, but then this is it's very annoying. In fact, I'm pained and angry. I'm just feeling a lot of things right now because I already planned the money. I was already like, okay, this person sends like this amount, I'll buy this and that. In fact, I've even started spending the money before getting it. And now I've still not gotten the money. So if somebody promises you money, don't start spending it. Just wait till they send it. Eventually, whenever they do, don't start spending it ahead of time because the financial situation I'm in right now, I'm just laughing at myself. Oh God. But we'll come out of it. And also this week, there's this thing where I don't know if you guys have seen it on social media before, where people are like, oh, they have somebody they already promised to marry by the time they are a certain age. Then I thought it was just jokes until I found out that somebody close to me has actually done that. And I was so shocked finding out it was true because, like, How is it even possible? Why and how did you promise each other marriage by a certain age? It's actually cute, and at the same time, I'm surprised that people actually do that. It's somehow like a safety net. And so both of you are just like, oh, last, we're going to get married to each other. So whatever you're doing, if it doesn't work out, don't worry, I'll be here for you and all of that. I don't know if that's a good thing because people are fond of when they have like a safety net, they can go out and do a lot of things or not really. Since it's about marriage, they may not really put in so much effort into other people that they find along the way because they've already promised somebody marriage or they already have someone they promise to get married to. But anyways, people that used to date, well, I don't know where you guys used to meet yourselves though. And so a recent obsession I've had this week is I found new music. Oh my days, guys! I have been looking for new music, and it started when I was editing a video that I posted on YouTube. And no, there's this girl song that has been everywhere, Olivia Dean, Man I Need, and I really liked the beats, the bass of the song, and I went to check out her other songs, and I found another one that was equally good. The bass beats were good, the drums and everything. And I was like, okay, let me check out some of our songs. And I was just tired. Like everything was just about love, romance, and everything. And I was talking to my friend, and she was like, "Oh, most R&B songs are like that." See me thinking I'll find something else other than love in R&B because most R&B female singers sing about love. And so me, I was tired. I was like, oh, please, I need to find female musicians that do not sing about love. And even if they sing about other things, I just really want to like what they sing about. And if you see me, I spent over 2 hours on Spotify scrolling, checking lyrics, checking artists up and down. And I found some, but I didn't understand. I asked ChatGPT. Oh God, ChatGPT. ChatGPT now gave me a list of female artists, and I was just scrolling and checking out their songs. And I was like, "What is this? What is this?" I know that maybe them Rihanna, they have songs that are not about love, but I was just looking for new artists or people I have not listened to before. And guys, I was scrolling and then I found a playlist of spoken words. You guys, I'm going to I'm going to put in the description box my favorite spoken word from the artist. It's not a woman. I think it's a guy. Yeah, it has to be a guy. And so I was going through the playlist and I saw the title of this spoken word. It was Pick Your Poison. And I was like, nice. And when I listened to it, oh my god, I listened to it and I went to his page, checked out his albums, and I was binge listening to spoken words. And I was like, oh my god, this guy is so good. If you guys listen to him and you guys don't like him, I will question your taste. Really, really question your taste. Because the first time I ever knew spoken word was a genre of music was when I was reading a blog post by one of the writers that I follow, and she was like, "Oh, someone introduced her to spoken word music, and now she can't stop listening to it." And I was like, Then I somehow found Dan Whitlam is a spoken word artist on Instagram, and for a long time I've only been listening to him. So when I found this Nego True guy, I was like, finally, I have another spoken word artist to add to my library. And then I don't even know how I also found Little Sims while I was surfing for new music. She's a rap artist. She's female. Most of her songs are not about love. You guys, I was so happy. It's like finding treasure. And I also listened to some of her songs. She's even Yoruba. There's one song that she was trying to speak Yoruba and it was so funny. My Yoruba is even better. But yeah, I've been obsessed with this Nego guy. And I also like this other spoken word that he did. I'm not here to tell you you're beautiful. The lines just make sense. Oh my god, the lyrics make a lot of sense. And yeah, that's what I've been obsessed with this week. I also tried to do some beat making. I was listening to one song by Olivia Dean and I liked the intro and the whole base of the music and I was like, okay, let me see if I can recreate this. Because I was hearing drums, I had bass, I had the horn and some other things. I was just guessing what they used. Brethren, I did not make it to I did not make the beats. Because I went to band lab and I was so confused. I didn't even understand how to use it. Maybe I'll check it out later and still see if I can recreate the beat because it's very, very nice. It should be very good for vlogs and yeah, it will be good for vlogs and videos in general. So this week there was also this girl that was trending on is it TikTok or Twitter. She sells clothes and then she did content. The content was dressed according to your boyfriend. I was so pissed off when I saw that video. Like I cannot explain how livid I was. Like what is this one again? Can't you just sell your clothes? Must you do this to women every time? Every time I see content like this, I'm just like, okay, so now we're not dressing for ourselves again. We're dressing because of our partners, right? We're dressing because of our partners now, right? And then apart from that, she now posted the dresses for partners with different professions, even illegal professions. And then there was the dress she wore for someone that has a 9 to 5 boyfriend. It wasn't even a dress, she tied wrapper. I was just looking like, what is this? I feel like social media has given 9 to 5 jobs really bad PR. And most people that see that, 9 to 5 jobs have bad PR on social media now take that and accept it that, since people on social media are saying 9 to 5 is bad, blah blah blah, then it must be bad. No, I don't think 9 to 5 is bad at all. Especially if what you're doing, you really love what you're doing, you are passionate about serving in that industry and contributing to that space. Working a 9 to 5 won't be like work at all. Plus, there are 9 to 5 jobs that pay really well. Like, really, really well. Imagine somebody working on like oil and gas now, 9 to 5. You now come and tell me that that person is not making even more than 10M per month for some places. So I don't know why 9 to 5 has such bad PR. It is honest labor, but now social media has made it seem like, you're still working in 9 to 5, you're not free, you're in bondage. Like they just make working for other people seem bad. Me, I would not mind working in 9 to 5 in the media space. Not engineering anymore. Anyways, I would not mind working in 9 to 5. I would actually not mind working in 9 to 5 if it's a field I really want to contribute in. I don't think there's anything bad, and that video really pissed me off. I was so angry. Apart from the bad PR it gave 9 to 5, also about the thing of women dressing for their partners. I was like, see women that we're even trying to fight for, they are still the ones doing themselves. Look, I'm just really tired. Yeah, and what I'm looking forward to next week. So next week, whether I like it or not, I won't be at home. Like I've just been giving myself that reality check that, oh my god, by this time next week I'll be in school. Even today, I just finished eating and I was like, By this time next week, I'll be in school now. Which food will fill me up like this? I was just like, oh, well, it's something I have to do. I just have to finish this phase of my life very well by God's grace. So yeah, I'll be on the road next week and I'm going to find a way to still record my podcast episodes. So I'm going to drag my friends anyhow. We shall do the podcast by force. Also, there was something I wanted to talk about in a previous episode, but it somehow skipped my mind. And it's this thing of having role models. So I was talking to someone and they were like saying something about doing what their role model is doing and stuff like that. And I was now speaking to another friend, asking her what she thinks about having a mentor and about mentorship and copycatship. There's a way people follow their mentors and instead of now finding their own path, they just start to do what their mentors are doing, like doing everything they did. And there's just a very thin line between that and between mentorship and copycatship. So I'll just leave with this. If you have like a mentor, this is just my opinion. I feel like what mentors are meant for is to help you and direct you to be who you are meant to be and not to follow their path. And if there's anything you admire about someone, this is what I've been doing recently because of there are some big creators that I admire. There are some creators that I admire. There's Jessie, there's Scotty, there's Kamsi, and well, those are my top three favorite female creators. Yeah, Jessie, Kamsi, and Kosi. And oh yeah, and there was one other creator that I recently started following this year when I started Sideways. God, when I started following that creator, I noticed that she's good at what she does. Yeah, she's very good at what she does. But I noticed that I started pressuring myself a lot. Like there was a lot of pressure on me. Like I don't even know where the pressure came from, but I just felt this unnecessary pressure every time after watching her videos. Pressure to make money. Like every time I watch, I just be like, oh my god, I'm slacking behind. I need to make money. I need to do this. I need to do that. And I now always forget that, oh, look at her where she is and look at me where I am. We have different on the audience size. If she wants to make 2 million today, she can just bring out one course. People will buy it. Me, how many people are following me? Even if I say I want to make money, when I make a product, I don't have so many people that will buy that will not make up to that millions that she's always talking about. But I like the fact that she's bold, she wants to make money and she knows how to do it. I like how she markets her product. And so after a while, I had to take a step back and I realized that, oh, most of the things I now started doing was because of what she was saying, because of what I was listening to. I was listening to her. And then she always be like, oh, if you want to start making money, start from here, start from here, start from here. And so I now checked. I was like, wait. I'm doing this because I listened to her. But is this something I really want to do? And I realized that no, it wasn't. Yes, I enjoyed writing, but most of the things I was now trying to write about then was because of some creators that I was following. And so I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to take a step back and try and do this mentorship thing very well. And so what I do now is I take I write down the character traits or the things I admire in this my favorite creators. I write it down. I like Jessie a lot because she spends more time doing than thinking. And the last video of her that I watched really influenced my decision making to start many things that I'm doing now. She was like, I can never forget what she said. She was like, your job as a creator is to execute, not to plan, not to think, not to overthink. Like, you just execute the idea. And that's also another thing from this other creator. Oh yeah, it's Adeife. That's another thing I also like. I also learned from Adeife. She she executes, like she doesn't even do much thinking. She just like, okay, she gets an idea now. She's like, okay, how can I implement this? Blah 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 blah. And she does it, and then along the line she starts making the corrections and learning things that needs to be learned. And I was like, okay, yeah. And so I take down all the things I admire about this my favorite creators, and I start working on them in my life. And the number one thing that all of them have in common is that they do more, they talk less, they plan less, they think less. They just have the idea and start working on it immediately. And they start doing. And I was like, okay, I'm going to start doing. I'm going to think less of myself, less of whatever I normally think about. And I'm just going to keep doing and doing. And the more I do, the more I learn. Because it's also in the Bible that says, I'm paraphrasing, the highest form of self-deceit is when you keep knowing, you keep learning things without doing, like you just gather knowledge on things and you never do anything with them. It's a form of self-deceit. So I started to stop deceiving myself, and little by little I do more instead of planning more. I know that it's good to plan. You need to plan very well for things to for you can execute things well, but it gets to a point where planning becomes procrastination, where you're so focused on getting the right plan. Even today in church, Papa said it, my pastor said it. He was like, the word is well done, not well said, not well thought, not well planned. So you don't get accolades for your plans, you don't get accolades for your thoughts, you don't get accolades for the things you talk about. You only get accolades, you only get the applaud when you have done. So yeah, I'm leaving you all with this today. Do more, talk less. You only get the applause when you have done, not when you have said or anything. So yeah, I hope you go through this week doing more and overthinking less. And yeah, you see that it's not as hard as you think. And the more you do, the more you train your brain to accept that, okay, yes, this is the way of life now, this is how we're doing things. When we get ideas, we execute. But when you always get ideas and you get lost in the loop of planning, thinking, researching, planning, then you procrastinate and then you never get it done, you're also training your brain to know that, oh, when you get ideas, just plan. But if you get an idea and you start looking for how to execute it, your brain starts getting the memo that, oh, this guy is changing, this is a new regime, and that kind of thing. So yeah, thank you all for listening today, and I really hope you go through this week acting more on your plans, and I hope the same for me too. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing. I think this week or last week I hit 24 followers, and I was at 19. I was at 19 earlier in the week. Then I just saw that it was 24. So thank you for sharing. Thank you for following. Thank you for leaving reviews and sending me messages. Many of my friends are listening to the podcast. It's like they just open my DMs as they plug their ears and they're typing in it. It's really cute. Thank you very much. See you next week. Bye.